Hi everyone. So today Salesforce admin training day 32. Now let's see what is today's agenda. Today's agenda is we'll quickly go through the previous session and we'll talk about the use cases of the lightning flows. Today we will do the most of the use cases. Then I'll give you the homework and then trial head today's interview questions. Now let's see the use cases. Let's say now, this lightning flows, we have seen interactions, logic, right? Data, we have a different kind of elements are there. Each element is performing the different role here. Now, this is what we have seen. Let's go for the use case. Create a flow to configure a flow to create a account. I need to configure a flow to create a account. So what I'll be doing it here is now I'll be creating a lightning flow. I'll be creating a lightning flow. In this lightning flow, the mandatory information is name in order to create an account. So I'll choose the account name, and here is the account name. It will be displaying this. And similarly, I have a address details. I have a address details. If you go to the account, we have a two type of address. Two type of address are there. Now let's go to the account. Now if you go to the account, we have a billing address as well as a shipping address. We have a billing address as well as the shipping address, both are there. So here I'll be creating another field is called billing address. When I say billing address, it has to be divided by the like a city, right? Country, and state, zip code, whatever we have. State, zip code, PIN number. This is a billing address. Similarly, we have a shipping address. Shipping address also we have a city, state, right, country, zip code, or more details will be there. So these are the information. Now here, sometimes it is possible that billing address and shipping address might be same. Billing address, shipping address might be a same. Sometimes it is a different. Sometimes it is a different. So whenever it is same, then how can I identify whether it is the same or not? Now, for example, for few members, it is the same. So they do not want to enter the shipping address again. When they have entered the billing address, now what are the billing address they have entered? It is same. So it is a repeated data. Whatever I'm entering here, Amirpet, Hyderabad, whatever the India, whatever I'm entering the data, same thing I need to enter here. Instead of user entering the same details multiple times, what I'll do is I'll create a checkbox here. I'll create a checkbox. This checkbox is going to tell me that is billing address or is shipping address same as billing address. Is shipping address is same as billing address. If this is a true, then this should be hidden. It should not show this. If this checkbox is false, then it should show this. That means if I check this, as soon as if I check this, that means billing address and shipping address both are same. Billing address, shipping address both are same. So do not enter again the details. If I uncheck it, if I uncheck, that means shipping address, billing address, both are different address. Now in this case, whatever the user is entering here, and then click on here submit button will be there here. As soon as the user click on a submit button, what I'll do is I'll take the account name, this account name in the database. In the database, we have an account table. We have an account table. In the account table, whatever this name is the account name, I'll match with name of the name in the account table. Similarly, we have a billing city, billing state, billing city, billing state, billing country. Like this, we have it so many tools. So I'll match all this with the city should go to the city, state should go to the state, country should go to the country, zip code should go to the zip code. And if it is a different shipping address is different, then it should go to the shipping address. Then it go to the shipping address details. Right. So I'll map this information to the whatever the account table is there. So that account table details I'll map it so that the record gets created within the system. Now, as soon as this mapping is done, so then immediately the user can be able to see when they go to the account tab here, when they click on the account tab, this is the UI. So when they click on the account tab or account navigation, they can see here the related list which is displaying here. In this related list, they can see the whatever the record is created, they can see the information here. The account name information, whatever the account name is there, that name I can see. So this is what I'm going to implement right now. Is this requirement is clear? So whoever is want to take the draw or a notes, just take it. So this is the data table. Now here this is the data table. And this is the user interface. In between, I have a business logic. Business logic in the sense where we are implementing the lightning flow. Where we are implementing the lightning flow. Fine. So this is the requirement. If it is the same shipping address, then I should copy the shipping address from the whatever the billing address city is there, that should be mapped here. And country should be mapped here. State should be mapped here. If it is a different, then I should be taking the different values here. Different values should be taken. So that means I have two things. I need to check a condition. I need to check a condition. So what I need to implement here, basically I need to implement, the first thing is that I need to create a flow here. In this flow, I need to check the condition. I need to check the condition here. This condition is the shipping address same as billing address? If this is the same or not. If it is both are same, if the both are same, then execute this direction. If the both are different, then execute this. This is, yes, both are same. This one is, both are same address. And here it is a different address. If it is a different address, get the all the information and then create here account. And if it is a different, create the account. So the structure is here you have, and this is and here you will be creating the account. Both times you will be creating the account. Here, this account is when it has a different details. That means you need to pass a different information. Now, once this is done, then what will happen is we will end whatever the ending session is there, we will end that. So once it is done, it will go and end it. Now here it is the end. So this is exactly I am going to implement it. Now what type of a flow it is? What
Screen
type
flow.
of a flow we should be implementing it? Everybody, what type of flow it is we are implementing it? Record triggered flow or a screen flow or which flow?
Screen flow.
Why record triggered flow? This UI, whatever the UI is there, this we are going to build the UI. Do I have this type of a UI? The checkbox, is it the same as this? I do not have this information. If I open the account, if I click on a new account, there are so many information I need to enter. So many information I need to enter. Like there are a lot many fields are there. If I click on this new button, I have so many fields are there. I don't want to see all these fields. I just wanted to see only the name, the billing address and shipping address. Right, so we will go with the screen flow. Screen flow. And here I need to have a 4 fields. In the screen flow, I need to create a 4 fields. One is a text field, which is a account name. Account name. And the second one is I'll be creating the address field. Right, one is a billing address, and the second one is the shipping address. Shipping address. And the next one is I'll be using the checkbox. One checkbox to cross verify is it a shipping address is same as a billing address or not. So these are the things which I'll be using it. As soon as we are done, then we are going to check the condition whether it is same or not. And based on that, we will create a account. If any questions on this, Asma, Monica, Naveen, any confusion on this? Suman, I want everybody to understand this lightning flows. Okay. So this is what we are going to implement. Now let's go ahead and implement it. Close all of this. Click on a new button. Now instead of going to the lightning flows, instead of going to here flows and clicking on the new flow, you already have a one option which is available on the home page also. As soon as you click on a home, you will see here one create button. You have a one create button. You can directly click on this create and go to the flow. Go to the flow. Here also you need not to go to the flow builder or a flow. You need not to search here, click on the flows and then click on the new flow. No, directly as soon as you land onto the home page, now here you will see one option called as a create. This is a shortcut of creating the flows. Click on this flow, click on this create a button. Now you can see here a flow. So click on this flow. It will directly take you to the flow builder. Now, right now we are creating the screen flow. So click on the screen flow. Now, the screen flow, the first thing is that we need to create a, click on this. I need to select the screen, interaction element. In the interaction element, click on the screen. Now, in the screen, first I need to select the text field. Now, if you see here, input field and display fields both are there in the components. Now, display fields are in order to, if you want to display any text, just a text you wanted to display, then you can go for the display text. Or if you want to divide in the section wise, like if you are building some form, and if you want to divide that into the section wise, like we have here, whenever we go to the create a new account or a contact, we have some kind of a sections are divided, right? So similarly, if you want to implement that, you can go with the section. Now, input fields, you have all 48 fields are available here. Whatever you can do through the fields and relationship, you can implement here also. Now, I need a text field. So search for a text field, or if you are not able to find it, just search here text. So drag the text field, and as soon as you drag the text field, mention what is the name of it. So as soon as you drag it here, the right side, if you observe the right side, it is going to display the certain information. As soon as you drag it, it is going to display the certain information. Now let's delete this. Yes. Now this is the screen flow, because this is the screen flow I need to create it. So this is, let's say that create account. This is the screen, create account. Let's say dynamic account creation. Dynamic account creation. Right, this is the screen flow. Now done. I'm going to drag the text. As soon as I drag the text, the right side one will be updated. See here, it is updated. Now, whenever we drag it, it definitely asks the label name and the API name. Label name and the API name. Let's say this is the account name. Account name. And the API name is the account name. Required, the checkbox is, do you want to make this field as a required? Do you want to make this field as a required? Yes, it is a required field. And if you want to add any default value, you can add the default value. Set component visibility. Do you want to display this component always? Yes, it should be displayed always. If you want to have any validation input, right? Whenever the user is entering the data here, you wanted to check the validation. Then in that case, you can go for the validation input. And this is the help in case if you want help text, you want to display, like for example, let's say here, please enter account name. As soon as I enter here, there is some kind of a information will be coming, right? So if I remove this, then that information will go away. If I enter, this will be displayed. Right, this is, I'm done with this. This is the account name. Now the next field I need is address. The next field I need address details. For this address details, now let's drag it here. They set this address. Now as soon as I drag the address, it is giving me the 5 fields. It is giving me the 5 fields: street, city, postal, state, country. These all information it is giving. These all information it is giving me the details. Now here I need to specify this. Now here it says by default it is an address. Now if you want to change the name of it, you can change it. So first let's give the API name for this particular field. Whatever the field is there, API name. API name always has to be either underscore or a, you just don't put the space in between. Don't put the space between the two words. Right, so just add the billing underscore address or a billing address without space. And the label name, it says address. Now I can simply put it as a billing address. Billing address. Now it is change the label name. Now it is asking that enter the value per search. Now, if you want any city value to be placed by default, so it is asking those details, country, validation, or anything if you wanted to do, you can do that. So for now, we have just changed the label name. So don't worry about other things. So this is all I need the information. Similarly, I need another address, which is a shipping address. I'll drag the shipping address here. This is shipping address. Shipping address. Now here the label name is shipping address. Right? And that's all. Now this is done. Now along with this, I need a checkbox. I need a checkbox. This checkbox is going to tell me that whether this is the same as a billing address or not. So let's say here is shipping address same as billing address. Same as billing address. Is shipping address is same as billing address. Now, whenever this checkbox is true, whenever this checkbox is true, I wanted to give a display this. If it is a false, display this. If it is a true, do not display this, right? So basically, based on this checkbox, the below component should be reflected. Below component should be reflected. Now, in that case, what I need to do, go to the shipping address. In the shipping address, you have a set compatibility visibility, component visibility. Set component visibility. Now, for this set component visibility, click on here. Instead of showing this component always, we have a all conditions are met, then only display the shipping field. If any of the conditions are met, then only display this component. And if you want to implement any custom logic, then also you can implement a shipping address. Now here I'll say that all conditions are met. When all conditions are met, then you need to add a condition. What is the condition here? I wanted to check is shipping address equals to false. Now here we need to take the global constant false. Shipping address equal to false, then only display this component. Click on done. Click on done. Is shipping address equals to false, then display this. This is the component visibility. If it is a false, then only display it. Otherwise, do not display. Right, this is the done. We are done with dynamic component. We have implemented the first step, which is called as a screen flow. Whatever the screen flow is there, account, billing address, shipping address, right? And the checkbox, everything is implemented. Also, visibility of the shipping address is also done in the screen flow. The next step is I need to build the account table. I need to build the account table. This account table, I need to build it based on the certain checkbox. If it is a true, then build that differently. The account record, if it is a false, then if it is a different address, then it has to be shown differently. Right, so in that case, what I'll do is click on this plus button, add a decision marks and add a decision. Let's say this check for an address. Check for account address. Check for account address. Now click on this check for account address. Here the label is, this is the same as, both address are same. Both address are same. And the second one is different address. Different address. Now you have it, this is in the decision. You have to give the label name, API name. And here it is a both address is the same, different address. Now, whenever the both address is same, then what is the condition? Condition is shipping address checkbox equals to true. If it is a true, then that means it is a both address is same. If it is a false, go to the else condition. So these two are if condition. The first one is a if condition. If this checkbox equal to true, then go to this, else go to the different address. Now click on it done. Now it will create the two ways. One is a both address are same, another one is a different address. Another one is a different address. So whenever the both address is same, what I wanted to create is I wanted to create a record. I wanted to create a record. Now I have a direct option. I can choose the create a record. But what happens here is if I choose a create a record, I need to create it from this side as well as this side. Right? Instead of going for a create record, what I'll do is we have a something called here assignment. That means before creating a record, now here we are creating the record. Now create account has to be done in the two ways. Whenever the address is different, that time also I need to create an account. Whenever the same address, that time also I need to create an account. Instead of that, I'm taking some dummy component here. This dummy component, in order to create a field, whatever the fields are required, everything I'll be assigning it here. That means whatever the user has entered, that account name, equal to in the contact table, whatever the account name is there, account name. So that account name, both I'm assigning the value. I'm not creating yet, but I'm building it. I am building the structure. This is a kind of a assignment structure or a dummy structure. This is a dummy or an assignment. I'm building the assignment. I'm not creating the record yet. I'm building the assignment. In order to just build an assignment, what you can do is you can create an assignment here. Assignment logic. Now this assignment logic is whenever you click on it, definitely any component you created, it will ask you to enter the label name and API name because every element should be associated with label and API. Now here I'll say that fill account details, fill the account details. Fill the account details when the address is saved. When address is saved. When address is saved, just fill it. Right, so let me click on done. Now, for example, let me give some information. Now, let me go back. Now here, assignment is only difference is shipping address. Now here, whenever it is the same address, shipping address is same as billing address. Whenever it is different, shipping address is different from billing address. Only the difference is that is the one, right? Now what I'll do is I'll create a one more here. I'll create a one more resource. I'll create a resource here. This resource, whatever you are assigning the value, instead of assigning the values directly on the create contact, directly on the create account, like directly taking the account details, in between I am creating a resource. This resource, you need to touch this resource. That means whenever you are filling the data here, whenever you are assigning the data, assign it to this resource. Whether it's a different or whether it is the same, assign it to resource. Then from the resource, I can directly create an account. Now I need not to get the information from here, I need not to get it. In between, I'll create a one resource. That resource is going to play, taking the information from here, and finally give a one direction to create an account. Instead of giving a directions of From here, go to the create account. From here, go to the create account. Instead of doing that, in between, I'm creating a resource. This is a mediator which is playing in between the assignment and create account. This mediator will take the information, whatever the assignment is happening. Now it says that you can just assign me, whatever the resource I'm creating it, you just assign me. You also assign me. So based on that, whatever the data I'm getting from this one or this one, I'll sort it out and I'll send it to create account. I'll sort it out and I'll send it to create account. So first I need to create a resource. So here we have a one option which is available. Whenever you click on the variable, there is an option called new resource. There is an option called new resource. Click on this new resource. Now new resource will have an option to create a variable, constant, formula, text, choice, collection, record choices, different things which we can create it. Now for now I'm choosing the variable. Now this is account record. This resource name is account record. This resource name is account record. Now description, get the account details from the assignment. And data type I'll be choosing the record because we are going to get the complete account information. I'm going to get it. Complete information I'm going to get it. So here what I'm creating is in between the resource is created. This resource is going to hold the complete account information. Complete account information it is going to hold it. Complete account information because it has a account name, shipping address, billing address, so many informations are there. Now, whatever you pass it, resource should be capable to handle all the values in this. So that's the reason we have taken the account. Record, data type is record, and here it is object is account. Object is account. Now allow multiple values collection. Right now we are taking the single account. Right now we are taking the single account. It's not a no need of handling the multiple records. No need of handling the multiple records here. Now here object is account. Now whatever is available for outside the flow, this I'll discuss later. But now it is not required. What I'm doing it, I'm creating a new resource variable. API name is account record and the data type which I have taken is a record and the object is account. I have chosen the account. Now here, click on the done button. Now here I have an account record. Now this account record is having a complete record information, but I wanted to store the complete record information. I have a piece by piece information. That means in the account record, I have a account name. Just hit the dot button, account record dot, then search for a name. Now here name, this is the account record name equals to. From where I'm going to take it? I'm going to take it from the screen. In the screen, I have an account name. In the screen, I have an account name. Where is the account name in the screen? In the screen, the account name is this one. Whatever the user is entering, that account name, I'm taking it and I'm assigning to the resource. Click on the add assignment. Click on this account record. And then next one is a billing address details I need to capture. The first one is the billing city equals to in billing address. This is the billing address. Within this, we have a billing address dot city. Billing address dot city. And similarly, I have a billing address country equals to on the UI, I have a billing address country. And similarly, I'll go for a billing address. This is on the account level billing address. Next one is a postal code equals to on the screen level, we have a field called billing address, postal code. And what else we have? Zip code. On the account, we have a billing address. There we have a postal code or a state. Let's take the state equals to on the screen level, we have a field called billing address, which is a provision state.
Ma'am, how can you select click both the sides from the screen component?
So this side is
No, for like the last three, you have selected the billing address from this screen component.
right.
If you see the second variable, second field and the third field, see the difference. The second component you have selected correctly the account records billing city, but in this third thing you have selected the billing address.
So here billing address, when you drag this component on the UI, right? It has displayed something here. It has displayed here. So this is complete a field. It is completely a field. Now in this billing address, it has divided the smaller. Now let me go back to the screen flow. Now let's cancel this. Now here go to the screen flow. Now in this screen flow, now here do you have a city, state, all those information is not there. You have just a field called address. You drag the address, but when you drag the address, it is actually placed me the 5 fields. I actually pulled the only one field, but there is a hidden fields on behind this address, which is a city, postal code, country, state. Now, if you look at this, whatever the fields here, whenever I drag it, it is going to display the information. It is asking the city value, country value, right? These all are postal code, state, whatever it is there. Address is a one field, but backside of this address field, there are hidden fields are available, city, postal code, country, and the state. Now, if I wanted to get these fields information, what I need to do, I need to get the whatever this API name is there. That API name is billing address dot. Here I have a billing address contains everything. Billing address completely contains the state, city, zip, country, state, everything it contains. So billing address dot, then I need to choose the city. And I need to choose the city. Now here what we have to do, now we have a billing address dot city. Now this means we have a billing address. This billing address this is the API name. This is the API name. Billing address dot. Now what are this billing address is there that I have taken here, and then city is this city. Similarly, billing address dot host, billing address dot country, billing address dot state. Like this, I need to choose the input details. Clear?
Ma'am, can you open the assignment values? I mean, assignment, whatever you're typing, right?
Assignment, what I am doing the assignment is, so let me take the new one. No, I don't want to take the new one. Okay. Assignment is, okay, in the assignment, we have a one is a left window is there, and there is a right one is there. In between, the operator is there. Now, left side one is, I am referring to the indirectly, I am referring to the account object. This is a resource. Now here I have a resource. In the resource, I am giving the account object. That means ultimately I am referring to the account object. Indirectly I am referring to the account object. Account object dot. whatever the details, what are the fields which I have. First one is a account name, and then here equal to right side, I'm referring to the screen UI. Screen UI fields. In the screen UI, I have a field called account name. Account name. Account name. So the left side is account table. I'm referring to the account table. Right side is whatever the screen UI is there. That screen UI, I'm referring to this. Now here account table. In the account table, we have a fields. In the account table, we have a fields. Now if I go to the object, now if I go to here, now if I go to the account object, account, and we have a fields and relationship, we have a account name. Now here we have a billing address, but you cannot see the billing city here. Billing city, you cannot see. Billing address is only one field you can see. That billing city, billing country, those all are hidden fields. Those all are hidden fields. Go to the developer console. In order to identify the hidden fields on the account, go to the developer console. Just click on the file, open, object, search for an account. Now here account, click on the open. Now you can see here billing city, billing state, postal code, billing country, right? Similarly, shipping city, shipping state, postal code, postal country, right? These all informations like these are available. That means in the UI, it shows only one field which is called as a billing address. But behind this billing address field is divided into the multiple subfields. It is divided into the multiple subfields, which is called as a city, state, country, zip code, or a pin code, right? Whatever is there, it is divided into the multiple fields. Multiple fields it is divided. So it shows only one field, but it is backend. This billing address is divided into the many subfields. Now, here on the account level, this is the account name. And similarly, I'll go to the account table, account dot. I have a billing and billing country directly, I can take it, billing city directly, I can take it. Billing city, I can directly take it because those are the field directly available. Billing city is available on the, if I click on a query, it says billing city, where it is on the account table. It is on the account table. So I can directly take the billing city equals to, now here on the screen level, what are the component is there? The component name is billing underscore address. And within that, I have a field called city. This is how I'm taking the information. This is account table. This is the screen table, right side. Is that clear?
Ma'am, can you open the assignment screen?
Okay, so I have to build the assignment screen. It's not there. We have not saved it.
Okay.
Now here label. Now if I have to go back from here, I have to enter complete this assignment, then I can go back. Otherwise, I need to cancel this. I need to go back to the screen UI because whatever I'm doing it, I need to complete this action, then only I can go back. So in between, if you ask any question, I have to cross this. I need not, I do not have an option to save because if I try to save this information, it will ask me certain details sometimes. So that's the reason I need to cross that. Now click on this label, fill account details, when address is same. Now variable, let's click on this variable. I have a resource called account record. This is a variable which I have created, account record. and I need to choose the account name. I need to choose the account name equals to whatever the value is there. This value I am getting it from the billing street. I'm getting it from the billing address. On the component, I have a component called billing address is my component. Click on this arrow button and then choose the, sorry, this is the name, right? This is the account name. I can directly get the account name. Now next one is I go to my record. This is the account table. In the account table, I'm going to choose the billing city. Billing city equals to, now here I'm going with the billing address, in the billing address city. Now, any questions here? Sunil?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's clear. Earlier, it is not mentioned. Account record dot billing city. I mean, you mentioned something like billing address, something. That's what we got out.
Okay, so click on this add, go to the account record, and then choose the billing country. Now equals to, now here it is a billing address dot, we have a country. Click on the add. Now next one is a, check the account table. In the account table, city is done, country is done. Next one is, let's say postal code. Postal code equal to, in the billing address, we have a postal code. Right click on the add button and go to the account record. Click on this, whatever the account table. That account table, billing, postal is done, billing state equals to, I have a billing address. State. And similarly, I will go for a billing state. Now account table, we have a billing state. Billing state equals to, on the screen UI, billing address, street. Now this is the billing address details. Next, we need to go for a shipping address. Now I need to also take the shipping address. If here, what is this? Both address are same. Both address are same. Now when it is a both address are same, then I can directly take the billing details. Now here, account table, in the account table, I need to go for a shipping details. Now here I need to search the shipping details. Shipping city equals to billing address, because right now it is the same, so I need to take the billing address details itself. Account shipping city equal to billing address city. Now next one is a shipping address. Country equals to billing address country. Billing address country and shipping address. Now click on the account table. Now shipping country is done, postal code. Postal code is equal to, in our billing address, we have a postal code. Click on the add assignment. Account address equals to shipping state equals to billing address state, and the last one is the street. Now on the account table, we have a shipping street equal to billing address street. Now that's all. Click on done. Now once this is done, this is when both are same. Now I need to implement when it is a different. When it is a different, addresses are different. When the different address, I need to build again one more assignment. So what I can do is I can click on this component, copy the element, and then I will click on this, paste the element. What I did, I clicked on this, copy the element, and here I have an option to paste the element. So I just pasted whatever I have implemented, I just pasted it. Now I'll double click on this and edit everything. First, let me modify the Label name. Label name is fill the account details when the address is different. Now the API name is also has to be different. Account is different. Account is different. Now in this case, only the difference is I need to take here shipping city from. On the screen level, we have a shipping address, city, and here shipping address, country, and this is the shipping address, postal code, and this is the shipping address, state, and the last one is a shipping address, street. Done. Perfect. So both the side we have implemented the assignment. Now finally what I need to do is I need to click on I need to create an account. I need to create an account. So click on here, create an account. Create account will be in the data element. In the data element. Click on this create an element. Now here create a record. Now what we are doing, we are creating a record account. Create account. Now how many accounts we are creating? Just one account we are creating it. Record from where I can take it, I can take the resource. Whatever the resource is there, no, in mediate resource. Now that mediate resource, I can capture those information. Now this resource, I can pass the details to the creating a account, which is called as the account record. Click on done. Now this is the entire flow. In order to create an account, this is the entire flow. Right, it could be a straightforward step and just add the account name and create an account. That can be possible. But here what we have, we are checking the address. So that means based on we are creating the account dynamically. When the address are same, then I'm creating a different account. When address is different, then I'm creating a different account. Now click on this save. Let's say this is create account based on the address. Create account dynamically. Click on save. Now, in case anybody wants to draw this, go ahead and draw it in your notes.
Ma'am, can we also customize the components like address components?
Yes, you can customize it. Wait, what do you mean by customizing?
Since add some more fields to the address component. Means any other customizations, additional fields.
In the address?
Adding additional. Yes, in address.
In the address field, you cannot add it, but outside of this address field, you can add it. You cannot include any other fields here. This is the provided by the Salesforce. If you want
Okay,
to
is it
delete the
customizable?
state, I cannot delete it.
Okay, is it customizable?
No, this is a standard one provided by the.
Okay.
Is everybody taking the notes? Okay, now either I can activate it or else now what I'll do is this time I'm going to show you the debug. So debug, run, both are different. Debug and run, both are different. Debug is, I just wanted to debug it. I do not want to create anything. I do not want to create anything. Now click on this debug point. Click on this debug. When you click on a debug, it will give you some information on the window. It will take you to the next screen. Now it says that two options. Run the latest version of each flow called by the subflow if you want to execute that. And then show the details of what executed and render flow likely. And in case if you wanted to run as another user, you can run it as another user. But the flow, whatever we have created, the screen flow, that does not run as a different user. Screen flow does not have that option. This is a disabled. By default, it is a disabled. Screen flow does not have that. Screen flow, it is disabled. Sometimes whenever you are debugging it, apart from this screen flow, there are record, trigger flow, other flows, right? Whenever you are debugging those flows, it will give you some option there. Whenever you are debugging it, do you want to create a record in the Salesforce or not? So that option will be available here. For the screen flow, it is not available. For the screen flow, that option is not available. If I click on a run, now this what I'm doing is I'm debugging the flow. I'm debugging the flow. Now, for example, I'll give a name here. Now I'll take some name. Who is this Hakuna Matata? What is your name, Hakuna Matata? What's your name? Are you able to hear me? Guys, please add your real names. Do not add anything. These kind of names, please change that name. So let's take here. Account name is Pradeep Kumar. Pradeep Kumar, and let's say billing address. Now I wanted to get the billing address. Now let's go and get the postal. API Indian Postal Code. So let's go here and let's find out some postal address. Some 5000. Let's take it from here itself. Right. So here we have some information. This is the name. I'm just taking some address details here. Right, this is okay, Miyapur. And Hyderabad 5008. Okay. So let's go back to our creating it. Street is Miyapur Street. And city is Hyderabad. Zip code is 500048. and country India. So let's give some information here. Now I'll say that it is the same as this. Now I'm not giving the state. These are the information. Click on the next button. As soon as I click on the next button, now here you can see some options here. Whatever the options are there, like first interview started. I see here interview started, flow interview started. Yesterday I have discussed about the flow interview, right? So the interview is started. Now here it is started by this user interview, and this is the screen flow. This is the screen flow. In this screen flow, text box is entered by the user Pradeep Kumar. Lightning component, there is a component which is a lightning component which is called as a billing address. So billing address, user is entered the address label, city they have entered, country they have entered, postal code they have entered, right? Provision, state they have not entered. So that's the reason it is a null. And checkbox, it is checking the checkbox. Is this checkbox is true or not? Value is returned. Value is, it is a true. I have checked the checkbox is true. And the lightning component, everything is null. By default, the second lightning component shipping address is null. Now decision, it is checking whether the checkbox is true or false. Now finally, I am getting the output is, it is equal to true. All conditions right. The assignment, it went to the fill the account details when the address is same. Fill the account details when the address is same. When the address is same. Now here account record name, all these details it has taken, and billing address, it has taken the information, and the result is billing address details as well as shipping address details, everything it is taken, and created the account. Created the account, variable is name equal to Pradeep, billing city equal to this one, country equal to India, and the postal code is this one, billing state we have not entered, it's a null, it is taken the null. Billing state equal to Miyapur. Similarly, here state equal to same as whatever the billing address is there. See, same is whatever the address is there. Now this is transaction is committed. Transaction is committed. Any record that the flow was ready to create, updated, delete were committed to the database. It will give you the clarity to know whether the record is committed to the database or not at the end. It says here record is committed to the database. Now if I go to the account and if I see that I should be able to see the Pradeep Kumar. So here is the Pradeep Kumar. If I go to the detail section, I have a name, Pradeep Kumar, and the billing address and the shipping address. Billing address and the shipping address. Now this is how we use a debug for in order to check what is happening on the entire flow. For the entire flow. Right, so this is the entire flow. Now, if you want to run again, click on either this run again or this run again. Change inputs are for the different one, not for the screen flow, but by default it shows here change input. That is a kind of a small issue in the Salesforce. So do not click on the change input, because for the screen flow we are not expecting any screen flows. For screen flows we are not expecting any input. So just click on a run again, this one or this one. Click on run again. So when I click on a run again, it is asking the another information. So this time let's take Sharath, and then billing address is Amirpet, and city is Hyderabad, and postal code is 500081. Country is India, and let's say state is AP, and shipping address is different. Shipping address is, let's say, what is the postal code for Vizag or Vijayawada? let's say it is. Let me take another one. Now here this has something. It's a postal code for Delhi. So let's take this. Now I wanted to ship it to the Delhi. So this is the postal code, and let's say country is India and city is Delhi. And let's say here the street name is, let's take this. It does not give the street name. Okay. Let's say street name is New Area. I'm not giving the state here. So that one is blank, and this is also check boxes. I'm not enabling the checkbox. Click on next. Once it is done, let's go ahead and see the debug. Now here interview started by this user, and transactions are started committing it, screen flow and lightning component. Now one more thing, in the lightning flows, whatever you drag it onto this, whatever the component you drag it here, these are the lightning components. Every component here, input or display, whatever you take, these all are the lightning components. So lightning component billing address. So these are the details that we have entered, all the information which I have entered. And the checkbox is value is false. And the lightning component, we have entered the details except the state. And clicked on the next button. When we clicked on the next button, it went to the decision. And the output is default outcome is executed. The default outcome is when the account detail, fill the account details when the address is different. That is the assignment get executed. And when this assignment is get executed, the result is billing address is a different detail, shipping address is a different details. Finally, the shipping state is also taken as a none. And it created the account. Variables are name equal to Sharath and billing city, billing country, different values, shipping address is different values. Now let me go ahead and check. It is saying that here committed to the database. Now if I go to the account, now I can see here Sharath is created, the record is created, and billing address is a different, shipping address is a different. Shipping address is different. Debug error, now it is not possible. Debug error, I think whenever there is any error which happens, for example, while creating the record, I'll say here, let's say while creating the account, industry is mandatory. Now what I'll do is I'll create a just a second, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, so whenever I'm creating the account record, let's say that industry is at the page layout level, I'll make it as a mandatory, or else let me take some other value. Account number is mandatory. Let me make that edit object. Let's go there. And let's create a new, let me do this. So let's create a new field on the account level. So new field is an email field. Click on the next button and let's say email. And this field is a required. Whenever the account is created, this field must be there. This field must be there. Click on a save. Now let me go back here, create an account. Let's say refresh. Now, if I'm creating any account, if I just give the account name without the email ID, I'll just give here the account name, Suman, and click on a save. It is giving me the error here, right? It is not allowing me to create an account. Now what I'll do is I'll go to the run this. Let's say Suman. And let's say Madhapur. And city is Hyderabad. 500010, let's say. Country India and state AP or Telangana. Right, so it is the same as this one and click on a save. Now if I click on a next button, what it is giving me that it is giving me error. And it gives you the details here. The error occurred when the flow tried to create a record because the required field is missing. Required field is missing. Email, you can look for the exception. Now, whenever there is any error happens by the flow, you will get an error like this. Unhandled fault has occurred. It does not give you the clarity. It does not give you the clarity. Now, whenever this kind of errors happens, whenever this kind of error happens, what you can do is, in order to handle these errors, you have just click on this. Just click on this, you have a add fault path. Add fault path. That means if there is any error. If there is any error, now go to this direction and click on this plus button. I'll create a screen again here. I'll say that display text. Display text. Now here, this is an error message. Error message. Now let's say here, this is the API name. Error message. Now here, I'm going to insert flow. We have a global variable which is called as a flow. Flow. And then fault error message. Fault message. There is a fault. Flow fault message. Flow dot fault message. I'll say here, account is not created due to this error. Due to this error. Now I'll click on this, done. Okay, I need to keep the screen name here. This is it. Error screen. Click on done. Now we have this. If there is any error happens, it goes to the fault and display this message. Click on this save. Click on debug. And click on the run button. Now here I'll say that Bharati and Dubai Street, and let's say here country is Dubai. Now I'll say that same as this, and I'll not give any other information. Click on the next button. What is happening? Instead of here throwing an error, it is giving me the proper error. Account is not created due to this error. The error is occurred in the flow created record. A record required field is missing. So this information it will give you. Now click on the finish method. So there is an email which is required in order to create an account. Now like this, you will be created this information. Now you can beautify this, how long you wanted to beautify it, you can beautify. So all the error messages which will be sits into the flow error. Just go to this display text and here you have a flow. There is a flow is available global variable. If it is not selected, try for multiple times. Now here you have a different fault message, current stage, active stage, everything you have. So fault message is going to give you the complete details. Complete details it is going to give you. Now here click on this enter. Right, so here you can mention start. Click on done. So this is how we are going to check the error. If there is any error, we are going to display as a screen for that error. Clear, everybody? Now, I'll give you some homework. Do that. Tomorrow also we'll see one more screen flow. Then after that, we will go for another flow. So this one we will do it tomorrow. Configure a flow to get the list of related contacts on the account. We will see that tomorrow. Now homework is configure a flow to remove the related recruiter record from the object. Now before that, another homework. Configure a flow to create a recruiter record as soon as the hiring manager record. That means whenever you are creating the hiring manager record, it should be creating the recruiting record also should be created. Recruiting record also should be created. So there are two objects here. One is a recruiting object, another one is a hiring manager object. So this is a hiring manager object. And this is a recruiter object. If you do not have a recruiter object, create it. Now here, in between this, you need to implement a relationship between these two. You need to implement relationship between these two. Now in that case, recruiter is a child record and hiring manager is a parent record. Now relationship, you can have it as a loosely coupled, right? So which is a lookup relationship. And implement lookup relationship. Now, whenever the hiring manager record is created in the system, immediately with the same details, the recruiter record also should be created within the recruiter object. You should be creating the recruiter object. Now, whenever you create a recruiter object, now how can you take the information here? Now, in the recruiter, you need to, there are few fields. Let's take it here. I'll give you the fields. Let's say here, configure the flow on the HR manager, on the hiring manager record. To create new recruiter record as soon as the manager record is created. Now how we are going to check? So recruiter __ c dot name equal to whatever the hiring manager is there. Hiring manager __ c dot name. Similarly, recruiter dot designation equal to hiring manager dot designation. Whatever the designation is a custom field, so you need to choose the custom field here. Now next one is a recruiter dot email address. Equal to hiring manager dot email address. Next one is a recruiter. Dot city name. City name underscore C equal to hiring manager dot city name recruiter dot phone number underscore C equal to hiring manager dot contact number or a phone number. Now recruiter dot hiring manager equal to, you need to link the hiring manager ID also. Then only these both are linked. If you do not specify this hiring manager ID, because we are creating the lookup field on the child record, right? So that lookup field also should be filled. So these are the information. Configure the lightning flow on the hiring manager record to create a recruiter record as soon as the hiring manager record is created. And these are the fields. How, in order to create, this is how you need to take the information. It's a simple, straightforward. Only thing you need to check is email address is not equal to none. Whenever you are taking the on creation of the record, make sure that email address should be there. Now, everybody taking the notes of this. Taking notes of it. Is it done? Okay. Now, next assignment is configure a flow to remove the related record from the object upon removing the parent hiring manager record. So whenever the hiring manager record is deleted, then we wanted to delete the related recruiter also. And the third one is configure a flow to insert the hiring manager record inside the object. This is just creating the hiring manager record inside the object. And the third one is configure a flow on a creation of account. If account last name is not equal to null, then create a related contact records. You need to create a related contact records. Now you can choose the mapping fields, contact first name equal to account name, contact last name equal to account last name. You do not have a last name on the account. If you do not have a field, you need to create a field on the account. And the next one is a configure a flow to remove the related contact record from the object upon removing the parent account. Whenever the account is deleted, you have to delete all the contact records that are associated to the account. And next one is a configure a flow to remove the related context from the object. Now this is repeating it. So take the first four. taken the notes? Done. Okay, so let's move on. Next homework is configure a flow to send an email notification to the HR email ID upon creating the position record. So whenever the position record is created, you need to send an email to the HR. So on the position, you have an email ID, HR email ID is there. HR email ID is there, where we are entering that is a email field, where we are entering the email there. So you can directly implement a flow on the position record, and you need to choose the email alert, that is where the object is a position, because HR email ID field is already there in the position, which is an email field. And that's all. So in the interview, is everybody taking this one? Taking notes of this? Okay. So in interview, few questions might be raised. What is the different type of flows? And what is the screen flow? What are the different type of auto launch flows? What is a scheduled triggered flow? They might ask you this. And what is record triggered flow? When to use the record triggered flow? What is a platform event triggered flow? And how can we use the platform event triggered flow? What is auto launched node trigger? And they might ask you that what is the auto launch node trigger? What is the differences between the auto launch node trigger and a record triggered flow? What are the different type of interaction elements? What are the different type of logic elements? What are the different type of data elements? Now they might ask you that. These questions. And these are some questions, very basic, but suddenly they might ask you any of this question. No, that's all for today. And here is these are the trailhead links. I'll bring you the trailhead links. And let me stop the sharing. Let me stop recording.